Now we are in the Civic. Ooh! Wow! Hey guys, welcome back to JR14. Here I am with another automotive review for you guys today, and as you guys know, we are taking it back to the classics with this beautiful 1999 Acura Integra GSR. Now if you guys don't remember from back in the day, I used to own Accords. I love Hondas. They've just been fantastic cars, and this is no exception. But when you live in a place like New York where I live, you really don't understand, you don't see these, not even understand, you don't see clean ones. You don't see clean examples except for like on YouTube, like you guys are seeing now, or like on TV shows or anything like that. Actually, this is my boy Yury's car. Yury owns a business here near, actually at European Auto. It's called YP Auto Detail. So if you guys do need your cars detailed like this, then you guys hit him up. I will put his information in the description below. Let's get back to the Integra. So basically, back in the 90s, right, Honda was known for high revving, not the most powerful cars in the world, but just engaging and fun to drive. No exception with this. They, you know, for instance, you have the EM1 Civic SIs, which were 1.6 liters. They made 160 horsepower. You had Type Rs, which made closer to 190 horsepower. The EK hatches, which unfortunately we never got in the States, but we did get this. We did get the GSR, which was somewhat of like a Type R tease in a way. There's D series Hondas. There's also B series Hondas. There's, you know, B16s, B20s, B18s, and you can get B18 with LS, which is basically an LS with no VTEC. You can get one with VTEC. You can get a GSR, which is, this is a B18 C1, or you can get the top of the line Acura Integra at the time, which was a 2000 Acura Integra Type R, which was a B18 C5. And that, again, like I said, that was around 190 horsepower. Now the cool thing about this, again, you don't really think that there's a lot of power in these, and there isn't. Today's standards, again, my GTI came standard with 220 horsepower with a turbocharger. This one actually does make 170 horsepower. That's what Honda advertised it back in the day. But you got to listen to this part though. The car, based on, depending on what options you get, weighed anywhere from 2,650 pounds to 2,780 pounds. So anywhere within that realm. So this has leather interior in it, and it probably does weigh around the 2,700. But again, wow. So the cool thing about the Integra, in my opinion, is that it's actually very unique. Even to this day, there's not a lot of cars that do look like this. If you guys do know, the JDM version does have the square headlights, but I really do like the bubble headlights for one reason. Back in 1999, you were able to get projector beam headlights, which was pretty rare back in the 90s. A lot of cars, even today, cars still have halogen style reflector headlights. But this is kind of cool. It makes it look a little bit more modern. Also does make it a little bit more expensive. Also likes cool things like this, the Integra embroidery right inside of the bumper, offset it to the side, kind of like, again, like a nice cool 90s retro look. Again, Integra logo all offset on the side of the bumper. Design factors are not even like you can't get design factors like these anymore. Like, these design characteristics are very unique in the 90s, and that's kind of why these are kind of my favorite generation of cars, in my opinion. And that's actually why the owner bought, you know, an Integra. You know, he actually found a nice clean one. He told me he actually did not look like this at all, and he took his time and really cleaned it up and polished it, and made it really just bring out the true aspect of the color back out, and he did an extremely good job on it. So a couple of other unique points about the GSR is actually, let's touch on a couple of features that you see here, starting with the top. And as you guys can see, this is the, you know, the rear spoiler that comes on the car. Now these also did come on GS models, so if you guys are not familiar with the trim levels of the Integra, it was the base LS, then it was the GS, then it was the GSR, and then the top of the line was the Type R. So you can get this spoiler on a GS or GSR, or you could probably get it aftermarket, but if you did find an authentic one, GS and GSR is the trim levels that it came on. But what's very unique to just the GSR is this badge right here, which is DOHC VTEC. Now that stands for dual overhead cam VTEC, variable timing electronic control. Ah, you didn't think I knew that, but I do know that. As you guys know, because of the fact that this has this badge, You obviously had that lovely, glorious B18 C1 motor under the hood. And then also you get a nice, cute exhaust tip. Again, you don't find cars like this that haven't been touched. Every single one that you look on Facebook Marketplace, eBay, any of those have pretty much been neutered or modified to some extent. But for the fact that I didn't even notice until today that they even came like this, because every single Integra that I've seen has an exhaust on it. So this is kind of cool to see. It had a little unique muffler as well as like a nice little tip here to give you, well, the tip doesn't do the sound, but the muffler did. But you know what, I'm rambling right now. It's time for Yury to give me the keys so I can take you guys for a drive in a 1999 Acura Integra GSR. That is stock. All right, now we are in the Civic. Ooh!
Wow. My keys back.
No!
Give my damn keys back.
All right, guys, we are in the 99 Integra.
You didn't even call it the LS. You just completely changed the sub brand.
All right, this is cool. Like, first of all, for the fact that this is timeless, but it's weird because it's kind of like, it's timeless, modern, but classic all in the same aspect, right? So like the way that the dashboard's laid out, it's got all these different shapes and dips in it, which really make it unique. I do like the little pieces that flow right into the door. Usually, like, you know, for instance, on like a Honda Civics, for instance, they have all the controls for the mirrors and stuff on the actual dashboard itself. But here they actually have it on the door panel, which is pretty cool. And it's just really cool. Like, but I mean, if you've been in a Honda, everything's pretty much where it is. Like, so for instance, I know an Acura thing, a Honda thing didn't have this, but in a generation where this Acura came out, the Civic didn't have a clock. So Acura, since it's luxury brand, has a clock. The dashboard's definitely soft touch. You get options like these really comfortable leather seats, by the way, and not black, but a really dark gray headliner. And I think it's just regularly gray because there's tints on the car. So clutch engagement, first of all, everything's so soft in it because it's stock. Thank God it's not a rice guy. Like, it's stock, so you really don't feel a lot of engagement there, but it's okay. It's easy to drive. Like, if you just get in the car wanting to learn how to drive a manual, you can easily do it. Not really difficult at all. One thing I really respect about the shifter is that Honda, in this time frame, and even now, makes some of the best manuals in the business, better feeling manuals in the business. A lot of the old Civics or Integras that I've driven in this era have sloppy shifters, and this doesn't have that at all. It's really nice and tight, you know, no weirdness intended, but it's very simple to drive, right? One thing I do notice, and I've always been driving, I mean, turning out of the parking space that I was in, is the steering, right? So back in the day, there was no such thing as electric power steering. 99, it was just like, what is that? So this is all hydraulic, fluid, steering pump, all that jazz. And it was pretty much, that was the thing. So that you get this nice heavy steering for front wheel drive. And it was definitely worth it, like having this type of feel, because again, like, I have electric steering in my GTI and it feels extremely light. But of course, with like an assistance button, you can actually change all of that. And I want to make sure this car's very pristine, so give me a moment as I make sure that I don't hit crazy potholes. Now, the only thing that isn't stock on this car is the suspension. As you guys did see in the previous clips, it is lower than stock, but not slammed to where you're smacking up the oil pan. That's one of the things that I really appreciate. Yeah, like, oh, okay, going over these bumps, and it's fine. It's actually D2 coilovers that's on this car, which I find pretty interesting. Very analog, right? Like, you even have things like, you know, full gauges. You have all these buttons that do all the climate control stuff. You have like almost like what, like 8, 9 buttons on top of climate control. All right, so I finally have an opportunity to rev it out. It's okay to rev it out? All right, cool. Just wanted to make sure. Oh my God. That sensation. Like, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but like second gear, for instance, right? Oh, see, and that's with a light clutch, so that's my mistake. Every car is different. But like, you hear that VTEC engagement at the 6,000. So like right I'm at 5,500, you'll hear that transfer over like. It's not the fastest thing in the world. And the thing about it is that that's okay with me, because you have this full engagement with the car. Like everything about it, it's weird because it's weird to explain, because it's unique, not fast, unique, but also engaging and fun to drive. And that's one thing I really do like about the Integra. Like the Integra, to me, always was a type of car that was simple, reliable. You get the reliability factor. That's number one. You get reliability. You can rev the car to 8,000 RPM and not get in trouble. Meaning, what I mean by that is that you don't have to risk getting a ticket doing 120 miles an hour to get the full potential out of the car. You know, this car really does shine at lower speeds, you know, at a higher rev range. Like the car it doesn't feel sluggish, it just feels like a normal car until you get to about 6,000 RPM, and then you like really wail it out. All right, so another thing that I do like about the car is the classic design, right? The interior layout, it's all simple, do it again. Okay, so I just want to pass this one hump, and then we're going to be able to second gear. Let me build up some speed here and give her a rip. Oh my God, yes! Woo! 2,700 pounds. Like it's just the way. I got the rev match right. Yes, it's that, right? For me, it's that right there. That's what makes this car unique as what it is. 4-cylinder, 1.8 liter, no turbos, no superchargers, 170 horse, like 130 something pound-feet of torque. But it's how the car gets there is the aspect of what makes this car fun to drive. And it loves this. It's just like, oh yeah, give me more, give me more. And when you tune one of these with the proper bolt-ons and stuff, it's like, oh yeah, rev me to 9 grand. I can do it. Just find me out. That's what the aspect of this car does for me. And as well as like anyone who's a Honda enthusiast. And I'm glad I had the opportunity to drive one. This kind of makes me want to get one. Oh my God. I don't know. I think I want another Honda. All right, cool. Let's do a little 1 to 2, like. Oh! Right there, that 1 to 2 and that chirp. When you shit like that, I'm sorry, I never curse on my videos, but like stuff like that right there really explains like that engagement. And you get that shove every time you shift up. You get that shove, like, give me more, give me more, give me more. It's just effortless, and it just continues just to strive. And I can understand why a car that was built in 1999, the way that Honda built it, is still favorable to the regular automotive enthusiast in 2020. 21 years later, this thing will still make people smile. And you can find Integras. Now, when I say this, it's a caveat. You can find Integras for good money. However, they're not going to be clean like this. If you want a clean example like this, you're definitely going to be spending like high teens for it. For like a Type R, for instance, we just saw one. Me and Yury actually just saw one on Bring Your Trailer for like $20,000, and it had 105,000 miles on it, and it was a single one family owned car. But that is what they go for. GSRs you'll probably find for mid-teens, like this example, for instance. If it was me, and again, this is not, he's not selling the car, so don't ask, don't put it in the comments, he's not getting rid of it. This is like his pride and joy, and I've never seen another clean example of a GSR this clean before. If you have, shoot me a DM on my Instagram. I'll give you a shout out, JR14YT. If you have a clean example of an Acura Integra GSR and you want to show it on Instagram, JR14YT, shoot me a DM of high-res photos of your car so I can give you some love. So, like, we'll slow down because we really just want to wind it out. The second gear. Yep. Oh, rev matching, when you get it right, you get it right. All right, guys, we're done with the driving portion of it. Let's go back outside and let's close this video out. But all right, guys, well, that is my review of this 1999 Acura Integra. Again, if you do like the paintwork and the finish on this, it's my boy Yury's car. He has his own detailing business. YP Auto details his business. I absolutely, and he details my car sometimes. Sometimes I do it, but when I'm in a pinch, he's usually available. Make sure you hit him up. I'll put his information. Check out his Instagram. I'll put it down below. That gives his number and everything, so this way you can make your appointments today. But if you did like this video and did like this aspect of me driving this 1999 Acura Integra GSR, I want you to give the video a thumbs up. If you like the car itself, give it a video thumbs up. If you like the color, give this video a thumbs up. And make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to JR14. You guys always remember, when I finally get to drive Honda iconic classics, you guys always remember that cars are a lifestyle.